So today we'll talk about the descriptive flexfiled, okay, flexfiled. So what is descriptive? Basically, we'll understand the flexfiled first. So what is flexfiled? So it's the normal, it's a normal field. It's a normal text field. Better to say text field, which what I can say is which. Yeah. It is basically a normal text field which basically enhance the you know uh, more details, okay, or captures more details. For an example, if I say that just wanted to give you, if I'll tell you what is flexible, how do you understand? If I suppose you are filling a form, okay, you are filling a form, online form. Suppose it is a student and training institute form. There you will find that all the mandatory informations, right? Some mandatory information will be there. Mandatory information will be there, okay. So you and some optional field will be there. Field will be there, right? So you need to fill all the mandatory information, optional field. But you could see in the main form itself, this optional field, like for an example, hobby, okay, hobby, which are not, maybe not very important for the trading institute or for a any institution to know about those informations, okay. But still they wanted to capture those information in the form or in for their information. So, but it might happen that in one a small form, which is in the first page of the form, all the information may not going to be available, may not able to capture all the information with all these information. Like suppose I'll have a hobby, I'll have other details, then it is difficult. Like as you are knowing, in the Oracle forms, we are having the stack canvas, right? So stack canvas appears only when we want to capture the additional information, right? Same concept in Oracle application also. So in stack canvas, so if you click on a particular text, a new window will appear based on the condition we are writing inside the form, right? Similarly, in the Oracle application, Oracle has designed the text field. So there will be a text field. Suppose any field will be there. Here the dot 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 will be there, okay, or a symbol like this will be there. I'll just say like this, this and this symbol will be like this. So it means if you click on this symbol, a new window will open like a stack canvas, and there you can fill all these informations, okay. So whatever the extra information, what are the mandatory information, that also you can. So you can see in the whole main form, only this symbol will be available. So it will hardly occupy minimum space it is occupying in the main form. So once you click on this form, a new window, sort of a stack canvas will open, where you can enter all the whether it is additional informations or some mandatory information also, if you think from your organization perspective, okay. So that sort of a field is called as a flex field, okay. Now there are basically two types of flex field. Flex field, like first is called as a key flex field. They ask in the interview, okay. That's why it is very important. Flex field. And second is called as a descriptive flex field. Descriptive flex field, okay. So we'll see with an example how we can create the key flex field and the flexif descriptive flex field. So in short, it is also called as a KFF, key flex field, and this is called as a descriptive flex field. DFF. Okay. Now let's understand what is KFF. So KFF basically it's a flex field. It's a flex field which captures the key information of the organization. Okay, what does it mean? Means key information are all mandatory information. You cannot skip those information. You have to enter those information if you wanted to do any transaction. Those are called as a key flex field. Now what is descriptive flex field? Are those, it's also a flex field which captures the additional information. Okay, now we understood these two. What is the meaning of key flex field? What is the meaning of descriptive flex field? Now Oracle, why Oracle has created this sort of a field is maybe in the organization see, application is already built, right? Application is already built. Now you have a already built, one second, already built. Now you thought, oh okay, one more column should be added. Column should be captured in the application. Now to add one column in the application or in the form, what you have to do, it's like it's very difficult. You have to customize that form. You have to take that form and you need to create one more field that you need to add into the table, and then you need to compile the form, right? And you need to place back into the same application. So just to add one column, you have to do so much of work, right? And Oracle also, as we have already understand, we should not able to modify the standard form. Suppose Oracle has already created those forms, those applications form, you should not do any sort of a customization onto that form. Like you cannot download, you cannot modify that form. You can make a copy of that form and you can do whatever you want to do. That is feasible, but they will not give the support if you make any change in the standard form. So that form will be not under the warranty and they are not going to help you out. So what is the solution? But I want, because suppose it's a purchase order form, suppose it is a daily rate conversion form, and I want, due to my business, I want one column should be added into that, and that is a very important column. It should be there. Then the Oracle has given the provision to add that column with the help of DFM. So to enhance the application, the flex field played a role. So what you can do is, so you can enable the flex field. Already it will be available in those forms. Flex field will be there, but those flex field will be in a disabled mode. So you need to enable those field and create. See, everything will happen online only. Everything will happen. You don't need to do anything offline. You don't need to shut down your server and then you need to add. Though you are working, so while working only through the application only, you can create those columns which is needed. Those columns which were needed for your organization. Now, how do you do that? Your organization. For an example, so it could be a additional information or key information. So there is a little difference with the information which we are capturing as a key information. So that key information can only be done at the beginning time, like when you are doing the setup of for your business. So once the key flex field is decided, later you cannot add one more segment, or even if you wanted to add one more segment, then the whole architecture will little different. Can be done, but mostly can done by the functional consultant, not by the technical consultant or the techno functional persons who have the knowledge of that application, who can only do those steps. Okay, but with the descriptive flex field, with the help of the descriptive flex field, you can add even important information or unimportant information which is good for your organization to have. Okay, so those, now you will say then from where, which column it will go and set in the database. So the table which is basically responsible for capturing the information for that form, in that table only, in that table, in the standard table only, like in the standard tables only, what Oracle has does is it has created many columns. Like they have created a columns like segments. Okay, they have created columns like attributes. So all the key information that you can see if you go to any table, like, so let me show you an example here. um, Let me show you an example here, then you will have a better idea. Definitely I will be doing the practical and I'll show you. Suppose I'll say select star from PO underscore headers underscore all. So this is one of the table which basically captures the purchase order information. Okay, PO headers. Oh, let's see. So this is a standard table, is it basically capturing all the purchase order details. So you can see here, like we have some transactional details, then this are who column. Can you see that? Segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, segment 4, 5. So these informations are the key. So this 500 is nothing but the purchase order number 500. Okay, so see, the purchase order number is stored into the segment 1, so you can understand how important this information is. Okay, so and you can see here we have other columns also, like who columns are there, like last updated date and all these stuffs. And apart from that, you can see here we have also some column called as a attribute columns. Can you see that? Attribute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Till, so maximum attribute will be available in any table could be a 1 to 30. Okay. And any number of columns could exist. Like mostly it will be 1 to 15, and maximum attribute in a table will be 1 to 30. Okay. So we will be having the segment columns. We will be having the purchase order columns. Sorry, attributes columns. So now, if you wanted to extend your application, without making change in the form, so just to, if I say to extend the application without making any physical change, in the form, then you will, we will use the DFF, okay, descriptive flex field, to capture those information. Now, so all the KFF data will be stored into the segments, and all the DFF information will be stored into the attributes column. Then you will say, how do we map? Like suppose I have added a new column in the application, and I'm not doing any physical change, in the sense I'm not downloading and customizing the form and adding new form, a new field. But how do I make the change? So that is what called as a physical. That's what I'm going to show you. So before that, we need to understand what is KFF, what is DFF. So for an example, let's understand few more detail about the KFF. So how, as I said, like the KFF will be done at the initial time when you are doing the setup your new business. Okay, how important that time only the KFF needs to be decided. For an example, I'll tell you with a very small example. I will tell you the importance of KFF, how it is important, or why we need at the beginning of the setup time. See, suppose you have a manufacturing company. You have a manufacturing company. Okay, this manufacturing company is doing, manufacturing or assembling. Suppose as an automobile company is there. Automobile company you have. Then in the automobile company, definitely you need to tell. Suppose that because you are manufacturing the any automobile vehicles, then first thing is like whether it is a two-wheeler, or it is a four-wheeler, or it is a six-wheeler. What sort of automobile you are doing, right? What sort of vehicle you wanted to manufacture, right? That we need to first decide. And now, so suppose you are manufacturing a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, and six-wheeler also. Then what is the second question will come? Okay, in two-wheeler, whether it is a with gear or without gear. You got my point? So in this four-wheeler also is a automatic. It is a auto. It's a manual or it's a auto gear, for an example, or it is a manual gear, right? So these informations are important. Similarly, for six also it would be the same. Okay, six also would be the same. Now, the second question, which is very important, is now if with a gear, whether it is a diesel variant, or it's a petrol variant, right? Class petrol variant. Now, with the same, whether you are taking auto or manual, whether it is a spelling, so many spelling. Okay. Whether it is a diesel variant or it's a petrol variant. So these, don't you think these informations are very vital? Without these information, we cannot do the manufacturing. And one more information. Suppose it's a diesel, but whether then a speed limit or something you can understand. In the four-wheeler also, whether it is a hatchback or whether it is a sedan or whether it is a SUV, what sort of or maybe the different information for the six-wheeler also, which are mandatory. Now if I see from the three level only, if we see, so you can see here whether it is a, if I go for the this one, whether it is a hatchback or sedan, or it's a what it is called, SUV, right? So come one more time. Now in hatchback, sedan, and SUV, do you have the top version where all the details, top model, okay, middle model, mid-layer model, and high or low level model, right? So where maybe the airbox will be available in one, airbox will be two airbox or five airbox, three airbox, something like that. Okay, here also it will be the same airbox and all. So these information, suppose now you start manufacturing, so before only you have to do all these setups, right? Like then you have to automobile, so this information you need to saved into suppose segment 2. Okay, this information you are going into segment 2, 3. Now this information you are entering into segment 4. this information you are entering into segment 5. Did you understand? Now I hope you will start understanding segment 5. Okay, this information you are entering in segment 6. Okay, so in that way you can understand that how you, without any information, if you can't provide a single information, suppose you wanted to buy a two-wheeler, you need to tell to the owner, outlet owner, that which version, whether you want with gear, without gear, which variant, whether it is a diesel or it is a petrol. Similarly, if you go for the car and all, you need to have to give all the details, and those all informations are important. Without missing a single information, you cannot buy any automobile vehicles, right? So that is why these sort of a setup must be done when you are doing the setup for your business. Okay, or later point of time also, you cannot change in the middle, but you can add one more column if needed, one more segment you can add, maybe later point of time, based on the business, which should not impact your whole setup. So that is why mostly we are not, they will ask in the interview also, can we able to modify these segments? So we say no, we cannot add or delete any segment until, or even if it is needed. Okay, it can be done by only the functional consultant or any person who has the complete knowledge about the business. Okay, so mostly we are not going to touch the KFF. So now comes to the DFF. Any question you have, Akhtar, on understanding? I just wanted you to understand what is KFF meaning. Key flex fill, which will stores the vital or key information for the organization. And we are not going to do any customization. We are not going to add additional information in the KFF. Okay. You have any questions so far to understand about what is KFF? They will ask the difference between KFF and DFF. That I will also tell you. Okay. So now what we always try to work out is, for a technical consultant, is DFF. So if you wanted to make any change in the application, in the extend your application, we will always work with the DFF. DFF is the one where you can add important information, where you can add any mandatory column, where you can add any optional field to extend your application. So DFF is the only place where, so mostly it will be in a disabled. Okay, now we'll see one example and check. So here the difference between they ask in that interview, what is the difference between KFF and DFF. Okay, so first important thing is, like, KFF always enters the key information, DFF always captures the additional informations. So KFF will be stored into the segment column, whereas the DFF will be stored into the attribute column of the table. The KFF, we cannot make any change in the KFF setup, whereas we can add and delete the DFF columns, right? So these are the few of the differences of the KFF and DFF. Okay, let's see. Let's open any application, and then you will have another question. How do we identify which there could be a many DFF available? How do we identify? So let's see here. We'll do one small make a change in the. We'll add a few columns and then we'll see. Okay, how we can identify the DFF and how do we make the changes in the DFF. So I'll go to the purchase order. Okay, just opening any application. Okay, so I can't see, this is the one. See, can you see that? See, this is one of the DFF, and it is a enable. It is a enable, find account, right? This is enabled. So this is, see, the in main form, it is just appearing like a rectangular box. When I'll click on this, it is opening a new field. Disable. We'll see another form where we can make these changes. So I'll go to the requisition. Okay. So this is one sort of a okay. I think I need to be an employee for this organization to raise the request. So only the requisition can be raised by the employee of the organization or who have the privilege to raise the requisition. So let me check some other table. Okay, let me add. I have to do little setup. I will do it. Okay, I've added one generalizer. Okay, let me add one HRMS also. Vision operation we will add. Vision University, I'll just type, just save. Just I wanted to show you one form how to identify and see here. Let me go back to, I don't know whether it will work or not. HRMS, human resource, right? So Vision University, or not. So people enter and maintain. Uh, okay. So I'll create a new account. So I'll say KK Kalyani. This is female action. Create employment. Okay. I'll just give the minimum details. Then social security number is not required. Okay, applicants. You can see here assignment. We have entered. Okay. So I'll just save like this. Okay. So an employee cannot be entered on a payroll without a date of birth. Okay. So where is you have not entered. Okay. So these are just the these are just the like note. Now it is creating the so we have not given the date of birth also of the employees, right? Because there only two are mandatory. Rest seems not mandatory. That's why it is giving the note. So we can see here, like the table which will get affected is because of that is select star from per all people if where last name like Kiki. If it is saved, we can able to see the details here. So this is the standard table. Last 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 name. Okay, see here. Now only it got created. So the person ID is this, the employee number will be there. Just check it out. Yeah, you can see here. Kiki Miskalani. 462 is the employee number. I think it's saved now, right? So let me go back to the purchase order. Okay. No, user we have to go first. And we have to add the employee. So what is the user? Where will go? System administration. We got that error, no? Like you need to be a worker. So I'll go here. I'll go here. I'll go here, add it. So we'll query our query x6, something like that. Right, and here we have a person. So here we'll give us a x6. Here. It should come over here. Kalyani, right? Should get added. Okay. Oh, is it effective date? Is it because of effective date? Is it? Okay. Now we'll see. Still not coming. So we need to add as an employment. We have created, but it's not appearing. So employee number exists. Okay, we'll see this one maybe sometime later. Okay, this is Sue. Why it is not appearing? For the timing, what I will do is, what say this? For the time being, what I will do is, as we are talking about the descriptive Flexfiled, we'll go to the suppose general ledger. Okay. We'll find out some daily dates. Okay. daily rate is one form in the Oracle application form, and you can see here there is a descriptive flexfiled, right? You see, I'm clicking on this, that's not working. So what this daily rate is doing, so what is from and what is to and what is the conversion type. So what I will do, I'll create one record, okay, manually, and then we'll see the how this DFF basically. So currently it is disabled, so we will make it as a enabled, and we can create our own we can create our own columns. So let me create, like, let's see what are the columns are available for the time being. So F11, control F11. And what table is basically inside that we need to find out, and then we will modify this DFF based on our requirement, just for the demonstrating the DFF and KFF. Not KFF, we are not going to customize any KFF, but for the DFF. See, these are the available currencies. So what I will do is I will create one more and we'll see, what is the table behind it. Okay, which table is getting impacted. So see here, GL daily rates. V is nothing but the view. So, but the table, if you look into inside the view, you can find the table as a GL daily rates. So I'll check here. Okay, so this table only, select, start from this. So you can see from currency to currency. Let me see, is there so many records are there, GBP, SG and all this stuff, status. So we create our own also. So we have attribute columns, right? So here, if I wanted to add any new column for DFF, we can add it. Okay, so let me see here. So what I will do is I'll go back. I will create one more record. I'll say here they have given the currency. Okay. Okay. Test USA. Okay, somebody has customized it. Okay, we can add new columns also. Suppose as ZAR from currency, and the two currency I'm using it as a INR. Okay, INR 19 April corporate. Okay, and I'll say just 10 rupees or something like that. Okay, and I'm saving. Okay, and I should click on this. It's not working, but we'll just save this. I think it's saved. Let's see. Where from currency equal to, what was that? ZAR. ZAR. Let's see. We got, oh, so many, man. It's a daily rates, right? It's talking about the daily rates. How many records? And to currency equal to, I said as a INR. Let's see, is there? To currency is, oh, this is what has come as a 001, not INR, right? 001. Yeah, see, this is one I have created conversion at 10 for creation date is today's conversion. Now I can see there is no attribute columns at all. I wanted to add few information. Okay, what I will do is, so currently it is not working. So I'll put my cursor here. I'll go here I'll go here, I'll go to the examine, okay? Just try to understand examine. And then you can see here, it's a daily rate, block is daily rate, and field is a descriptive flex field, okay? Now here, what I'll say is, I'll go here, I'll go for the dollar, okay, dollar descriptive flex field, not this one. So here you can see here, so we'll find out the descriptive flex field name, okay? Here we'll change the block, we will change first. So you can see here, what is the descriptive flex field name? So I'll get the descriptive flex field name. So this is my descriptive flex field name, okay? So first I will copy these names, okay? I'll copy this name, and this is the telling like which application and what is the name, what is the value. Okay, these two things I will copy it. Now what I will do is, because I have to enable it first, right? There's a disabled mode. So what I need to do is, I'll go to the application developer. Here you can see here Flexfield, right? So click here, you can see here key Flexfield and descriptive Flexfield. So as I said, key Flexfield will not going to touch, but still I would like to. There are many key Flexfields are available. Okay, if you wanted to do the registration segment, let me open the segment and show you. Okay, so we have many purchase order, accounting flex fields, and all those flex fields are available. See, accounting flex fields are available. So these are, you can see here, frizz flex field definition, enabled, and operator, like through which there are segment, combination of segments. So hope you remember, we have did the locators, right? I'll show you. We have a locators, right? So percentage locator interface we have done, right? That is also a part of this stock locator. Can you see this? Stock locators, where we have done the locators. Stock locators, as I said, is a combination of rack, bin, and self, right? So segment 1, segment 2, and segment 3, you can see here. So each will be available with, we'll see what are the segments are there. You can see here, that is it's a combination of row, rack, bin, project, and task. So based on your organization, you can have the combination. Suppose I'm just opening the first one, and I can see here, see the row is attached to the segment 1. So these are the already done. See, Flexfield qualifier. So project, task as the Flexfield. So these should be done at the segment level, okay, at the initial level. Okay, and let's see here, if you wanted to do some kind of change, you have to unfridge this Flexfield definition first, or you wanted to do any sort of a make changes, you have to unfridge it. So if you wanted to compile it, then it will go into the database for the permanent change. Okay, so I'm not going to make any change in the DFF. So these are already been set up by the functional consultant at the beginning of setup of this organization. So I'll go into the descriptive flex field here. Okay, here also it is the same thing, because both are technically the same text field, where it will extend, which will capture the information. So I'll go to register. I'll see what is my name. The name is daily rates, and this is the name of your flex field, and this is the name of the applications. Okay, so I'll put it here, and the application I'll put it here. Let me know if you are getting late. Okay, so this is how we can identify. Okay, we have to, I think we need to give it as a title. Okay, so you can see here, so this is the one which basically already defined, and it is disabled. So what we will do is we'll copy this also, the name. Okay, and then we'll go to the columns. So see here, attribute 1 to 4 all are mapped, right? So these are available. What I will do is, see, this is the table view name. Now I'll take this name here. I'll go to the segment. Okay, here title is this one. I think so. Is that one? No, title is this one. This one is the daily rate is the title. Okay. So I'll just change this name. Yeah, daily rates. And see, this is a fridge flexible, this one. So what I will do is, I'll just click over here. I'll add one thing. Okay, um, I'll just say I wanted to add new field. So I'll say, so it should be a combination again. You want under what references you wanted to add. So this context field, I'll say, so context field, I'll say daily, daily rates, test daily rates. Okay, I'll say like this, test daily rate. Okay, TDR1, something like that. And it's a TDR1 daily test daily rates 1. Okay, and I'll save this. Okay, and then I'll go into the segment. Okay, I'll just add one column, call as a test daily rate column 1. Okay, okay, so which column you wanted to add? I'll say I'll add with attribute 1. Okay, so what is the value set? I'll say character 100 or 10 character. Okay, so 10 character, none character. Okay, 10 character. Okay, and do you want this to be a mandatory or optional? So that also you can make it. Say here you wanted to make it 10 like mandatory or not. Where is that? List of type. Okay, here we'll open this. Here you can make it, see, it's a required. If you make it as optional, it will become optional. So I'll make it as a required, and I'll create one more. Okay, so this one TDRC2 TDR, so here say attribute 2. Okay, attribute 2, and it is also a 10 character, and this time I will say it is optional. Okay, and then I'm saving. Okay, oh, number 2 is coming. Now you can see here we have saved it, right? Now we have to, now what we have to do is, we have to see, define the flexibility. Okay, and compilation definition done. See, the Flexfiled compiled successfully and submitted for this one. Now it will be enabled. Now let's see, go back to the request. One request might have been submitted from the backend, which for the this making change in the database definition. See, it is running still. Done. Okay. Now what I will do is I'll go back. We'll see whether it is enabled or not. So what was that? GL general ledger. Yeah, general ledger. Control L, daily rates. Can you see that? It's opening now. See, your TDR1 contextual. So one is a mandatory, one is not mandatory. So what I will do is, I will query my, what was the ADR? No, what was that? Yeah, this one, jar and 001. Jar and 001. Okay, now I will add this information. Okay, so I'll go here, TDR1, I'll say 10. Here I'll say 20. Okay, so it will sit in attribute 1, this will sit in attribute 2. Okay, save. Now I just save this. I'll save this. Okay, it's based on your requirement, you can make the change. See, now if I'll go here, see, currently in attribute 1 and 2 there is no information, right? Attribute and attribute is blank. Now I'll save. Now you can see here, see, context is TDR1 we have created, and 10 and 20 is entered. So based on your requirement, you can make the change in the application. You can enable and disable and add the based on your requirement. You can enable this DFF. Hope you understood the uses of descriptive flex field and how to enable the descriptive flex field and how to extend the application without making without making any physical change in the physical customization in this form, right? The application will be you can extend with the help of DFF.